Hi, Professor Stansel. It's Ashley Allen. Today is September 15th, 2018, and we are in Microbiology 225. So this is the first lab of week 2, but the second video. This is on aseptic techniques in culturing microbes. So the first video, remember I used the tablets, mixed the yeast. We had the E. coli tablet, the yeast. We put them in our little test tubes and shook them up, and they had a period of incubation for about 48 hours. Then from there, I took an inoculation loop and spread the bacteria over agar plates. I tried to do it just like the instructions showed, where it was thick and then went into a zigzag, and then each time you're pulling from the original bacteria that you had placed in the agar loop. You never dipped back into the tube. And so now here we are, like 4.5 days later, and we are going to see what I have for you. So I'm going to have the camera zoom back down and you can see my results. So we'll go down here, and I'm going to pull this over, and I like using dark paper so you can see. So if you see my E. coli here, you can definitely see the growth. There's growth all around there. So the pattern is not like the instructions. I wanted to go heavy here and then spread out and then get lighter and lighter. Well, maybe I wasn't the best at that. I did say in my essay it was hard to see where I had zigzagged. I need to be more attentive to that. But there's definitely growth there, right? There's the E. coli. And here is the yeast, which I guess is S. cerevisiae, I believe. So you can see the yeast has grown. You can kind of see my pattern, thick there, and then I spread it out, and then here's the dots. However, notice that these are whiter right here. These are whiter and a little different texture, possibly contamination. Not too sure. Could be though, because it could be a different bacteria, right? And then last but not least is, I think, my biggest error, which is the S. epidermidis. And look at this. It looks cracked as if it was dried out. But all three of these were in the same place in my cupboard. So I don't know. There's not a pattern here. I did all three of them the same. So I don't know if it was contaminated or the agar dried out, but if you look on the side, you can see a bacterial layer. So there's some growth there for sure. So that could definitely be on my error. I'm not sure. But these are my three microbes. There's some contamination, possibly, but we definitely see some growth. And the important thing here is trying to be very clean about it, right? Wash my hands before, using the bleach, using the alcohol, which I did. I placed the inoculation loop in alcohol between each spread. So for example, on this one, we did 4 spreads, right? So alcohol, spread, alcohol, zigzag, alcohol. So I definitely did that. So maybe in the future I need to be a little more attentive and maybe thorough. So anyways, this is the aseptic technique in culturing microbes lab, and I appreciate the learning process. It's definitely a little more difficult than I expected. Take care, Dr. Stansel.